The vast darkness of space stretched endlessly around Earth's sector. For decades, humans had remained neutral in galactic conflicts. They observed the wars from a distance, trading only when necessary, and avoided involvement in fights that spanned star systems. Humanity had a reputation for caution. They valued peace, and for generations the galaxy had left them alone. But that peace was about to shatter. Sensors aboard Earth's orbital defense stations picked up something unusual, something moving fast and deliberate through deep space. Alien ships, hundreds of them, advanced toward Sol system with precise coordination. Earth's fleet commander Admiral Harris frowned at the readouts. The ships were unlike any patrol or merchant vessel humanity had seen. They were warships built for battle. "Admiral," a young officer said, voice trembling slightly, "they're heading straight for us. What should we do?" Harris shook his head. "Do nothing. Alert the diplomats. Send messages. Let them know we want peace. No one wants a war, not today." For a moment, there was silence as the alien fleet drew closer. Earth had powerful defenses, but their doctrine was clear: they would not fire first. Diplomacy had always been humanity's strongest weapon. Meanwhile, in the diplomatic corridors of the United Nations of Earth, messages were sent across the stars. Diplomatic ships relayed signals to the approaching fleet. "Earth wishes no conflict. We request dialogue and peaceful resolution." The aliens did not respond. Back in orbit, people watched from observation decks as alien scouts entered the Sol system. Their movements were calculated, almost aggressive. Some humans whispered fearfully that war might be inevitable. Others, veterans of Earth's defensive simulations, felt confident. "Our shields are strong. Our fleets are fast," they said. "They will see that attacking us is too costly." But confidence can be fragile. As the alien scouts moved closer to Earth, something changed. They began altering their trajectories, converging not on Earth itself, but on one of the human colonies orbiting Mars. Communications from the colony crackled nervously through the network. Engineers, civilians, and scientists went about their work, unaware that danger was approaching fast. On the orbital command deck above Mars, Lieutenant Chen watched the alien ships appear on the radar. His heart raced. "Admiral, they're changing course. They're heading for the colony." Admiral Harris leaned over the console, his eyes narrowing. "Stay calm. Notify the colony. Evacuate if you can. And," he paused, voice low, "prepare for the worst. This is no longer a test of diplomacy. They've made their choice." In the colony below, alarms sounded. Lights flashed red across corridors. Families scrambled to shelters. Scientists tried to protect research, while engineers raced to activate emergency defenses. The colony was not built for a full-scale assault. Their walls could hold out against minor threats, but not an armada. As the alien fleet closed in, the atmosphere in space thickened with tension. Pilots climbed into fighters, but Harris knew it was almost futile. "They've underestimated us, and that's dangerous. Very dangerous." Then, in the quiet moments before chaos, a transmission reached Harris's command. It was short, cold, and precise. "Earth, your neutrality ends now." A murmur ran through the crew. None of them expected this. Earth had stayed out of galactic conflicts for decades. They had not provoked anyone. And yet, the message left no doubt. The aliens had chosen a target, and humanity was about to be tested. On Mars, the first warning shots flashed across the sky. Alien fighters darted through the colony's atmosphere, firing at power stations and communications arrays. Explosions rocked the ground. Windows shattered and dust filled the air. Civilians screamed, running for cover. It was the first true sign that peace had ended. Admiral Harris clenched his fists. "This is it," he said, voice steady despite the chaos. "They crossed the line. And we will respond, but on our terms." In the distant orbit of Earth, satellites continued to record the advancing alien fleet. Scientists studied the patterns of movement, trying to anticipate the next strike. Every second stretched like an hour. No one could predict the full scale of what was coming. The colony fought back with whatever defenses it had, but the alien ships were relentless. Each explosion lit the skies of Mars like firestorms, painting a grim picture of the war to come. Humans had wanted peace. They had hoped the galaxy would respect their choice. But some choices, it seemed, were made for them. And now, the galaxy would see what happened when humans were pushed too far. As the alien fleet closed in, the camera-like sensors on orbital drones captured a chilling sight. Hundreds of warships moving in perfect formation, lasers flashing, engines roaring. And below, a single human colony, tiny, fragile, but defiant, facing destruction. Harris whispered under his breath. They will regret this. The stage was set. The unexpected war had begun. And Earth would never be the same again. The human colony on Mars was in chaos. Smoke rose from broken power generators and alarms rang constantly. Families ran for shelters while engineers tried desperately to keep the damage under control. The sky above burned red from the alien lasers, and every second brought a new explosion. Lieutenant Chin, still on the orbital command deck, stared at the screens. Sir, they're moving faster than we predicted. We can't hold them off with our current defenses. Admiral Harris nodded grimly. I know. But we'll do what we must. Send evacuation orders. Protect the civilians. And prepare the fleet. It's time humanity shows the galaxy we don't give up easily. Meanwhile, in the colony's central hub, scientists scrambled to secure sensitive research. One of them, Dr. Ilara Singh, hurriedly loaded data onto encrypted drives. She knew the aliens would destroy everything if they reached the labs. We can't let them take it, she muttered. This knowledge, it's Earth's only advantage. Outside, alien fighters swarmed like hornets. Their weapons struck power grids and communication towers. Buildings collapsed, sending clouds of dust and fire into the air. For the first time, the humans felt true fear. They had never faced an attack of this scale. Their peaceful existence, their long years of neutrality, had come to an abrupt end. But even in the chaos, human courage burned brightly. Mars defense turrets fired back. Plasma blasts lit the sky, slicing through the alien drones. Pilots climbed into ships, their faces tense but determined. Every fighter counted, every shot mattered. In orbit, Harris monitored the situation. They think we're weak. They think we'll run. Let's show them they're wrong. Suddenly, a massive alien warship appeared from behind the fleet. Its size dwarfed anything humans had ever built. It released dozens of smaller assault ships directly into the colony's atmosphere. The human turrets could barely touch them. Explosions shook the colony's ground like earthquakes. On the surface, Chin watched helplessly as one building after another collapsed. Civilians screamed, trying to escape, but the alien drones were precise. They targeted key structures: hospitals, power centers, communication hubs. Humanity's neutral stance had not protected them. Then, amid the chaos, something strange appeared on the colony's radar. An unknown object moved silently through space, cloaked from sensors. Dr. Singh noticed it first, pointing at her screen. Sir, there's something else out there. I don't know what it is. Harris leaned over, frowning. Keep an eye on it. Alert me if it moves closer. But the aliens were already distracted. The colony fought back harder than expected. Turrets fired relentlessly. Fighters dodged and weaved, hitting alien ships in ways their commanders hadn't predicted. The humans weren't just surviving, they were resisting. Sir, Chin shouted. They're regrouping. Another wave is coming. Harris's eyes narrowed. Prepare the fleet. This is no longer just about defense. We fight back, smart, fast, and strong. Every second we delay them, we buy time for our people. On the ground, civilians huddled in shelters while engineers worked to repair turrets and reroute power. Dr. Singh and her team carried critical equipment through smoky corridors, narrowly avoiding falling debris. She knew the aliens were testing humanity, seeing how far they could push. But humans never gave up. That was their strength. As the alien fleet closed in, one human fighter pilot, Captain Rena Torres, took a deep breath. She activated her engines and soared into the sky, weaving between alien fire. Each shot she fired struck with precision, taking down drones with unmatched skill. Around her, other pilots followed, turning the colony's last line of defense into a deadly storm. For the first time, some of the alien scouts faltered. They hadn't expected humans to fight with such coordination and courage. They had assumed neutrality meant weakness. They were wrong. But the danger was far from over. The main alien warship above loomed like a black cloud, releasing missile volleys that shook the planet's surface. Harris watched, tense, knowing that the colony could not survive a direct strike for long. Suddenly, Dr. Singh's sensors picked up a faint signal, a strange code pattern coming from deep space. Sir, this isn't theirs. It's human, but not from us. Harris frowned. Could it be a trap? Or someone coming to help? Before he could respond, the alien warship fired a massive plasma beam. The city shook violently. Buildings fell. Fire spread across the colony. Human fighters scrambled to intercept, but the beam was precise, devastating everything in its path. As chaos reigned on Mars, a single thought burned in Harris's mind: humanity had wanted peace. They had hoped the galaxy would respect their choice. But some enemies didn't care about peace. Some enemies forced the fight. And now Earth and its colonies would face war. Harris whispered under his breath, almost to himself, "They picked the wrong species to attack." The first strike was complete. Mars was battered, but humanity had survived. And from the shadows of the battle, someone, was watching, calculating, waiting. The unexpected war had begun. The aftermath of the first strike on Mars left the humans shaken but determined. Smoke still rose from broken buildings, and the sound of alarms echoed across the colony. Civilians moved cautiously through streets littered with debris, while engineers scrambled to restore basic systems. In orbit, Admiral Harris stared at the holographic display. Alien ships continued to hover just beyond the colony's range. Their presence was a threat and a challenge. Harris knew one thing clearly: the aliens had no intention of negotiating. They had underestimated humanity, and that mistake could be their undoing. "Prepare the diplomatic fleet," Harris ordered. "We're going to try one more time. If they refuse to listen, then we fight. Full scale." Diplomatic vessels launched from Earth, sleek and unarmed except for protective shields. Their mission was clear: communicate humanity's demands for peace. To show the galaxy and especially the alien fleet that Earth wanted no war, unless provoked. On the main alien warship, Commander Zareth watched the approaching human diplomats. He laughed, a deep, cold sound. "They send ships to beg for peace?" he said to his officers. "Fools. Their fleets are small. They will not fight. We only need to push a little more and they will surrender." Back on the diplomatic vessel Horizon, Captain Elena Morales transmitted a calm but firm message. "This is your final warning. Withdraw from Sol System immediately, or humanity will be forced to defend itself. We desire peace, but we will not surrender." The alien response was silence. For a tense moment, the humans hoped Zareth might listen. But hope was fragile in the cold void of space. Suddenly, alien fighters darted around the diplomats, moving in patterns designed to intimidate. The message was clear. Words alone meant nothing. On the colony, Lieutenant Chen watched the sensors anxiously. "Sir, the aliens, they're ignoring all communications. They're moving toward Earth itself. They won't stop." Harris's jaw tightened. "Then they leave us no choice. We warned them. We waited. Now they will see what humanity is capable of." As the diplomats attempted another message, a strange reading appeared on the sensors. A faint signal, barely noticeable, came from the outer edge of the system. It was a human-coded transmission, but it wasn't coming from Earth or Mars. Its origin was unknown. Dr. Singh, monitoring the transmission, frowned. "Admiral, this signal, it's human but encrypted differently. It's almost ancient." "Ancient?" Harris asked. "It's not from any fleet we control. Someone, or something, is out there," she said. "And it's sending a warning, maybe a guide." While humans debated the mysterious signal, Zareth prepared his fleet. His ships formed a deadly formation, lasers ready, missiles armed. The alien commander was confident. They had already crushed Mars' colony. Earth would be next. Resistance in his mind was futile. But humans are never so simple. On board the Horizon, Morales glanced at her crew. "They think we're weak. They don't know what's coming. But they'll learn." Below, Earth's orbital defense stations quietly activated secondary systems. Hidden fleets, long kept secret, moved into stealth positions. The galaxy had always underestimated humanity's true power. Now the time to reveal it was approaching. Meanwhile, in Mars colony, civilians huddled as alien drones hovered above, scanning the streets. Fires burned and the smell of smoke filled the air. Some soldiers tried to fight back with limited resources, but every attempt seemed small against the alien might. Yet even in fear they refused to run. Humanity did not surrender easily. Suddenly, the mysterious signal flared across communication screens. It was a complex pattern, almost like a code of warnings and coordinates. Dr. Singh studied it intensely. "Admiral, this is more than a warning. It's a map, directions to something. Something powerful. Something the aliens will never expect." Harris's eyes narrowed. "Then we use it. We have no choice." As he gave the orders to reposition Earth's hidden fleets, Zareth watched, still unaware. He believed he was in total control. Every move he made was calculated for maximum pressure. Yet, the humans, guided by the unknown signal, began to prepare strategies the aliens could not predict. The diplomatic vessels, flying amidst the alien fleet, transmitted one last message: "Leave now or face the consequences of your actions." We have warned you. Humanity does not beg. Humanity does not kneel. The alien response was a volley of laser fire, aimed not to destroy but to intimidate. The humans felt the heat of the blasts across the shields. Crew members held their breath as sparks and alarms lit the command deck. Morales gritted her teeth. They don't listen. They never do. From deep space, the mysterious human signal pulsed again. This time it seemed stronger, almost alive. Harris and his officers watched the readouts, realizing something vital. Humanity was not alone in this fight. Whatever, or whoever, was sending this signal had been waiting, watching. And now it was ready to act. On the alien flagship, Zareth dismissed the readings as inconsequential. But the first signs of trouble began. A series of unusual explosions hit peripheral alien ships. Minor at first but precise. And from deep within the system, a faint shadow of a fleet moved with calculated precision. The humans had allies, or weapons, they had never revealed. Harris whispered to his officers, calm but firm. They ignored the warning. Now we prepare for what comes next. The galaxy will see why humans are never to be underestimated. And in the dark reaches of space, unseen eyes watched the unfolding war, calculating, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The warning had been given. The aliens had ignored it. And soon they would regret it. The first act of true war was over. But the real battle had just begun. Earth had been patient. Decades of neutrality, careful observation, and quiet preparation had all been for this moment. As the alien fleet loomed closer, humanity's hidden power stirred in the shadows, ready to reveal itself. In a secret orbital station above Earth, Admiral Harris walked briskly down a corridor lined with reinforced steel. Around him, engineers and scientists worked feverishly. Holographic displays flickered with maps, fleet positions, and weapon calibrations. Humanity had built something the galaxy had never seen. And now it was time to use it. Status report, Harris demanded as he entered the main command deck. Lieutenant Chen, still tense from the earlier attacks, pointed at the screens. The hidden fleet is in position, sir. Cloaked. Ready to strike. All weapons calibrated. But, the aliens are approaching fast. Harris nodded. Good. They think we are weak. Let's show them how wrong they are. On Mars, the colony had begun to recover. Engineers repaired what they could and civilians helped wherever possible. Every hand counted. The human spirit was strong, unyielding. And yet, the shadow of the alien fleet hung above like a storm cloud, threatening to crush everything below. Meanwhile, in orbit, human scientists made final checks on the advanced weapons systems. Plasma cannons, energy shields, and stealth fighters had been hidden for decades, waiting for the day humanity would be forced to defend itself fully. Each system hummed with quiet power, ready to awaken. Dr. Alara Singh approached Harris, her eyes serious. Sir, we've finished the final calibration. The cloaked fleet can hit multiple targets simultaneously. The aliens won't see it coming. Not until it's too late. Harris studied her for a moment, then nodded. Excellent. Then let's prepare the signal. It's time to wake the sleeping giant. From the command deck, Harris transmitted a warning to the alien fleet. But this time it was different. It wasn't a plea for peace. It was a challenge. Your attacks on Mars were your first mistake. Ignore this at your own peril. The alien commander, Zareth, laughed. A threat from weak humans? Pathetic. Attack the fleet. Show them the cost of defiance. As the alien forces moved to engage, the hidden human fleet emerged from cloaking. Ships that had been invisible for decades suddenly appeared, their hulls gleaming, weapons charging. The first human plasma cannon fired, obliterating a scouting drone instantly. The shockwaves rippled across space. On Mars, Lieutenant Chen's eyes widened as sensors detected the human fleet moving in precise formations. Sir, the hidden fleet, it's real. They've been hiding all this time. Harris's lips tightened into a grim smile. They underestimated us. That's their biggest mistake. The aliens responded with overwhelming force. Lasers streaked through space, missiles fired in volleys, and fighter squadrons maneuvered with deadly precision. But the humans had prepared for this. Their cloaked ships struck with surgical precision, disabling alien engines, cutting off supply lines, and scattering drones. Every shot was calculated, every move anticipated. Dr. Singh monitored the battle, her hands flying over consoles. Admiral, the alien formation is breaking. They didn't expect this level of coordination. Their main warship is vulnerable. Harris leaned over the display, eyes sharp. Then we hit it. Full force. No hesitation. From the shadows of the hidden fleet, massive human warships emerged, firing coordinated plasma blasts. The main alien warship shook under the assault, shields failing in multiple sections. Zaratha's confident smile faltered. He had assumed humans would beg for mercy, that they would hide and wait. Instead, they had struck back with unmatched precision. In the midst of chaos, human fighters darted through alien ranks like lightning. Pilots executed maneuvers the aliens had never seen. Small teams destroyed missile arrays, while others disabled communication satellites, cutting off coordination. Humanity was not just defending, they were rewriting the rules of the battle. On Mars, civilians watched the sky in awe and fear. The once distant fleet was now visible in the heavens, moving with terrifying purpose. Fire still burned on the ground, but hope had returned. Humanity was fighting back. And the aliens were learning, painfully, that Earth was not to be trifled with. Zaratha's fleet began to retreat in disarray. Ships that had once moved with deadly coordination now scattered. Human weapons struck with deadly efficiency, disabling engines and leaving ships drifting helplessly in space. For the first time, the alien commander felt true fear. Harris watched, calm and determined. This is only the beginning. They thought we were weak. They thought they could intimidate us. But now, the galaxy sees what humanity is capable of. Dr. Singh pointed to the screen. Admiral, there's more. The outer fleet is responding to the hidden signal we detected earlier. Something, or someone, else is joining us. We may not have to face them alone. Harris's eyes narrowed. Good. We'll need every advantage. The war has just begun and the next move could change everything. As the alien fleet retreated, the hidden human warships returned to cloaked positions, ready to strike again at a moment's notice. Mars was battered but still standing. Civilians and soldiers alike had survived. Humanity had revealed its hidden weapon, and the galaxy had witnessed it. Above all, one message echoed through Earth's command centers and into the void: humanity was not weak. Humanity was not neutral by choice alone. They were powerful, patient, and ready to defend their own at any cost. And any alien who crossed the line would soon discover that some weapons are more terrifying when hidden, until the perfect moment to strike. The hidden weapon had awakened, and the war had truly begun. The silence of space shattered with the roar of engines and the flash of weapons. Humanity's hidden fleet had revealed itself, and the alien commander, Zarath, realized too late that he had underestimated Earth. The alien ships had expected a weak, frightened species. Instead, they faced warriors determined to defend their home. Admiral Harris sat at the command console, eyes fixed on the holographic display. All units engage. Remember your training. Move smart. Strike hard. Protect every human life. Lieutenant Chen's hands flew over the controls, tracking incoming enemy fighters. Sir, they're attacking in waves. Missiles coming from the right flank. Harris nodded. Divert shield power to intercept. Let them hit our shields, not the fleet. On Mars, civilians watched the sky streak with fire and explosions. Though the colony had been battered in the first strike, hope had returned. Humanity's warriors were striking back. The alien fleet, confident moments ago, now wavered under the precision and intensity of human fire. Captain Rena Torres led a squadron of fighters weaving through enemy fire. Stay tight. Focus on their engines. Don't let them escape. The aliens, used to overwhelming their foes with size and firepower, had never seen such tactics. Humans dodged, flanked, and targeted weak points with surgical precision. Small fighter teams disabled drones while larger ships fired plasma blasts into the heart of alien warships. Commander Zarath roared in frustration. Focus on the humans. Crush them. Show them who controls the stars. But humans had learned patience. They had waited in silence, hiding their true strength. Now their battle strategies combined speed, intelligence, and relentless courage. Each move was calculated, each strike deliberate. Aliens found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn. Amid the chaos, Dr. Ilara Singh monitored alien weapon systems from the hidden fleet. Sir, they're focusing on Mars again. If they break through, the colony could be destroyed. Harris's jaw tightened. We cannot let that happen. Launch the secondary fleet. Cloaked reinforcements deploy now. From the shadows of deep space, additional human ships emerged. They struck with incredible speed, firing at alien supply ships and warship engines. The aliens hadn't expected reinforcements, and panic began to spread across their ranks. On Mars, Shin coordinated ground defenses with orbital units. Shields are holding, barely. Firing back now. Laser turrets lit the skies, intercepting alien fighters. Civilians helped by providing power to emergency systems, every person playing a role in survival. Humanity's resilience shone even amid destruction. Meanwhile, Captain Torres' squadron targeted the largest alien warship, the flagship that had led the first strike. She dodged a volley of missiles, then fired her own plasma blast into its engine core. The warship shuddered violently. Zarathus' face twisted in anger. Impossible. How can such small ships damage my fleet so easily? The hidden fleet coordinated strikes across multiple vectors. Alien ships fell one by one, engines disabled, weapons destroyed, and pilots struggling to regain control. Every time the aliens thought they had a plan, humans adapted, hitting them in ways that left them disoriented. In orbit, Harris smiled grimly. They didn't believe humans would fight. They thought neutrality meant weakness. Look at them now, they're learning their mistake. Dr. Singh's console beeped urgently. Sir, we're picking up signals from the distant fleet. The one we detected before. It's moving closer. We might have allies, or someone watching ready to intervene. Harris nodded. Good. Every advantage counts. Keep monitoring. Focus on the immediate threat first. As the battle raged, alien forces attempted to regroup. They formed a massive strike formation, intending to crush the human fleet in a final coordinated attack. Plasma beams and missiles flew in devastating waves. But humans were ready. Turrets, fighter squads, and hidden warships struck in perfect harmony. The alien formation fractured under precise attacks. A massive warship lost its engines and drifted helplessly into the void. Another was disabled mid-flight, its hull torn by plasma fire. Zarathus' confidence shattered. He had underestimated humans at every turn. Each strike, each calculated defense, left his fleet in disarray. For the first time, the alien commander felt fear, not for himself but for the survival of his fleet. On Mars, civilians cheered quietly as alien drones fell from the sky. Fire still burned, but the humans had shown the aliens that they could fight and fight brilliantly. Earth had not only defended itself, it had turned the tide. Harris observed the battlefield, calm but sharp. They came thinking we would surrender. They came thinking we were weak. Now the galaxy knows the truth. Humanity fights and we do not stop. Not until the threat is gone. Amid the stars, the hidden fleet silently repositioned, ready to strike again. The aliens had been beaten back but not yet destroyed. And somewhere deep in space, the faint signal continued to pulse, an unknown force guiding humanity waiting for the perfect moment. Zarath retreated, but the warning was clear. Earth would not bow. Humanity had awakened, and any who dared challenge them would pay the price. The battle in space was far from over, but one fact was undeniable. Humans were no longer passive observers. They were warriors, relentless, clever, and unyielding. And the galaxy would never underestimate them again. The first major victory was won, but the war had only just begun. The stars were quiet now, but the silence was heavy. The alien fleet had retreated, broken and battered, leaving Earth and its colonies to tend to the damage. Fire still smoldered on Mars, communication networks had been disrupted, and the survivors moved cautiously through streets littered with debris. Yet, despite the destruction, hope burned brighter than ever. Humanity had survived, fought back, and proven its strength. Admiral Harris stood on the command deck of the orbital station above Earth, looking at the reports from the battle. Thousands of alien ships had been destroyed or disabled. Earth's hidden fleets had performed flawlessly. Humanity had shown the galaxy that neutrality was not weakness, and that peace did not mean submission. Status report, Harris commanded. Lieutenant Chin, still tense from the long hours of combat, responded. The alien fleet has retreated beyond radar range. Most of their warships are damaged or lost. Mars has taken heavy hits, but civilians are safe, sir. Recovery teams are on site. Harris nodded, letting the weight of the moment settle in. We've won this battle, but the war may not be over. We need to be ready for anything. On Mars, Dr. Alara Singh moved among engineers and civilians, coordinating repairs and distributing supplies. We survived, she said quietly, a small smile on her face. We're still here. That's what matters. Even amid the devastation, the human spirit had not faltered. Communities banded together to help each other. Soldiers worked alongside civilians to clear rubble and restore essential systems. And somewhere deep within the hidden fleets, ships remained cloaked, ready to strike if the aliens returned. Meanwhile, in orbit above Mars, a faint signal appeared on the sensors, a strange, coded transmission. It was human in origin but unfamiliar. Harris studied the readouts with Dr. Singh. It's the same signal we detected before the battle, she said. Someone, or something, has been watching us. Guiding us perhaps. Harris's eyes narrowed. Then we're not alone in this fight. Whoever it is, they have been waiting for the right moment. And now it seems that moment has come. Across the solar system, alien commanders convened in panic. Zaratha's pride had been shattered. He had underestimated humanity at every turn, and now his fleet lay in ruins. Alien worlds that once whispered about Earth as a passive species now trembled at the news. The humans had fought back and they had won. Back on Earth, the global broadcast informed the population about the battle's outcome. People across continents cheered and cried simultaneously. Earth had faced annihilation and survived. Humanity had made a statement. Do not cross them and do not underestimate their resolve. But even in celebration there was caution. Harris addressed the officers in the command room. We have shown the galaxy our strength, but we cannot let our guard down. The aliens will regroup. Others may test us in the future. Humanity must remain vigilant. We fight not for conquest but for survival. And for peace they cannot take from us. Dr. Singh walked beside him. The hidden fleet, it's proven its worth. And the signal from deep space, whatever it is, may be the key to ensuring the galaxy never threatens us again. Harris nodded thoughtfully. We've survived this test. We've struck back with precision and courage. But the galaxy is vast and there are others who will watch, who will judge our strength. On Mars, civilians rebuilt homes and schools. Soldiers patrolled cautiously, ensuring that no alien scouts remained. Everywhere people spoke of courage, unity, and survival. Humanity had discovered a truth. Peace was valuable, but it was not guaranteed. Strength and strategy were just as important. And then, in the quiet of space, the mysterious signal pulsed once more. Its source remained hidden just beyond the edges of human sensors. Harris studied the readings, a shiver running down his spine. It's still out there, he said softly. Watching. Waiting. Perhaps testing us still. Dr. Singh glanced at the holographic display. Maybe, but they helped us when we needed it most. Maybe this is the beginning of something greater. Above Earth, the orbital fleets glimmered like silent guardians. The war had shown humanity's strength, but it had also revealed that vigilance was eternal. The galaxy had learned a lesson. Earth was not to be trifled with. Humans were patient, clever, and deadly when provoked. And as Harris looked out at the stars, he knew this was only the beginning. The unexpected war had taught humanity that peace was a choice, but defense was a necessity. And the universe would remember from this day forward that Earth did not yield. In the shadows of distant space, someone, or something, watched the events unfold. Perhaps an ally, perhaps a new threat. The pulse of the signal continued. The story of humanity's power was far from over. And one thing was certain, the galaxy would never forget the day humans fought back, and won. The unexpected war had ended, but its echoes would resonate across the stars for centuries to come. Humanity had claimed its place, not through conquest but through courage, unity, and relentless defiance. The galaxy would never underestimate Earth again.